Hi, I'm Theo, and we're here at Brockton Cyclery, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at my Curve GMX Plus and my bike packing setup for the Alberta Rockies 700. This is my bike. It's a titanium drop bar mountain bike. I'm running 29-inch wheels on carbon rims from We Are One Composites out of Kamloops. Victoria Mezcal tires in a 2.6-inch width, a Sun Dynamo hub in the front, and a DT350 in the back. I'm running a Shimano GRX group set, 1x11 with a 34 tooth chainring and an 11-42 cassette. And I'm running 4 bottle cages, all using eyelets that are built into the frame as part of the GMX frame set. So taking a look at the cockpit, these are the Curve Walmer bars. They're 550 mils at the hoods. I'm running Bontrager clip-on aero bars, a homemade accessory bridge here that's just a piece of a handlebar mitered to fit. I've got my Garmin Edge 530 for navigation and recording, my Spur Cycle bell. I have charging capabilities from my hub. I'm also running a K-Lite Dynamo headlight with a switch here that I can toggle the light on and off, and my Garmin InReach Mini for GPS tracking and track leaders purposes. My bag setup these days is pretty minimal. I'm running a Revelate Design Sweet Roll up front. This is where I keep all my sleep kit, spare clothes, jackets, things like that. I also keep my end of the day hygiene stuff in here. Here I've got my Mag Tank 2000, also from Revelate Designs. This is where I keep all my food and quick access items. Sometimes I'll keep sunscreen in here, headphones, little things like that as well. And then I have my Apodura waterproof Expedition frame bag. And here's where I keep everything else. Tool roll, first aid, electronics, and sunscreen and things like that as well stay in here. In here, first thing is my Outdoor Research Helium jacket. It's a super light rain jacket, it's a great wind layer, it's pretty waterproof, and it's surprisingly warm. Packs down super small. Next up is my Patagonia Micro Puff down jacket. I like this one, it also packs down super small, and it's synthetic down, so it stays really warm even when it's wet, so I can use it in all conditions. Also got a pair of leg warmers in here. Pretty self-explanatory. Here's where I keep my end of the day hygiene stuff. In here I've got toothbrush, toothpaste, and I also usually have a pack of baby wipes in here as well. Extra pair of wool socks, either for sleeping in or just for spares if mine get wet or gross. This is my SOL Escape Light Emergency Bivvy. This is the only bivvy I bring when I'm racing. I don't prioritize sleep, so it's kind of just an emergency shelter. It's great, it's breathable, it keeps me really warm, and it packs down super small, as you can see. Last but not least is my Thermarest Neo Air Uber Light mat. This is a great little mat, super light, super small. It's got about 2.5 inches of loft, so it's surprisingly comfy. Not the warmest, as there's a lot of dead air underneath, but it's still a great little mat, fine for quick naps. In my mag tank is where I keep all my food. Not much in here right now. I've got a little tube of electrolyte tablets. I have 4 Lara bars. Got my Hockley Crest Spoon Co. wooden spoon. I also have $4.20. And it's good to keep some change around in case you find a vending machine and nothing else is open. In my frame bag is everything else. So I have my during the day hygiene kit. I've got chamois cream, hand sanitizer, sunscreen. My tool roll. We'll get into that a little bit later. First aid kit, spare inner tube, my Apodura packable musette. We'll also show you some more about this later. Electronics bag, spare cables, charger, things like that. Plugged in here is my battery bank. I also have my K-Lite USB charger, which is powered off of my Dynamo. On the other side, I just keep small things like toilet paper and a couple of masks. So we're gonna take a look at my tool roll and repair kit right now. So in this compartment, I've got my Crank Brothers multi-tool. It's got a chain tool, a couple of spoke keys, and every size of Allen key I'll need, as well as Phillips, Torx, and flathead bits. I've got 2 spare derailleur hangers in case mine gets bent. And I need to find a bolt for that one, apparently. I have an 11-speed master link. There's that bolt. And I also have my Dynaplug, which is for tubeless repair. The way it works is you have a small plug that if you get a hole in your tire that's too big for the sealant to fill, you jam one of these plugs in there, and it should take care of it. The next compartment, we've got a small bottle of Tri-Flow for chain lube, lubing anything else. And in the last compartment, we've got a whole mess of CO2. I don't ride with a mini pump usually, so I bring a bunch of CO2 and I've had no problems yet. I have a bunch of tire levers in case I need to pop a tube in my tire. Spare plugs for my Dynaplug. And a small boot patch kit for my tire. The heart of the electronic system is down here. It's a Sun dynamo hub. So as this turns, it generates power. That power is sent up through this cable into the handlebar switch, which is from K-Lite. The switch then leads power both into the headlamp and also into my frame bag, where it leads into the K-Lite charger. The K-Lite charger then goes into my battery bank, which is constantly being topped up. And from my battery bank, I have another cable running all the way up here, so I can just plug in my Garmin or my InReach, whatever I need to charge. I don't need to stop, I don't need to get off the bike, I can just plug things in and they're charging. One of my favorite pieces of kit that I own is my Apidura packable musette. It's a tiny little backpack that I use to hold extra food. Packs up super small so I can keep it in my frame bag until I need it. And it holds a surprising amount of stuff. It's pretty durable, it's fairly waterproof, and it's surprisingly comfortable to use. It's got a stabilization strap so it doesn't swing around when it's on your body with a bunch of weight in it. And on the BTXL, the last race I did, I wore this for the last 900 kilometers of the race, only taking it off to fill it up. I'm very particular about how I pack my bags, so I pack them in a very specific order. Basically, things I need at the end of the day go all the way on this end, and things I want to access more quickly are packed on this end. So the first things to go in are my sleep setup, my bivvy, and my sleeping mat. Next up are my sleeping socks or spare socks. End of day hygiene stuff gets rolled up and stuffed in there as well. Leg warmers, because I really don't use these a ton, but they're good to have. My warm jacket, because this is kind of an emergency layer or a sleeping layer. And lastly, my rain jacket, because I find myself taking this on and off quite a bit. It is small enough that once it's out, I usually just stuff it in my jersey pocket, but it's nice to have it quickly accessible right at the end of my handlebar roll. In a couple of weeks, I'm heading out to Canmore, Alberta to race the Alberta Rockies 700. It's a 700 kilometer off-road bikepacking route, and I'll be doing it as fast as I can. Some people will be touring it over the course of a week or more, but I'm gonna try to go as quick as I can. I won't be sleeping much, I'll be riding as much as possible, and I'm really excited to go push myself in the mountains. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments, or DM us anytime. We're here, we don't sleep. It's a problem.